To some people, watches will only ever be the practical means of telling the time. To some others, it is much more than that. Earlier this year, I was interviewed by Mr. Porter to share my watch collecting journey. Today, I'd like to continue that conversation and to share with you a little insight into my irrational but passion-fueled hobby. So let's get on with the video. This is Mr. Gumbatron and welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, my name is Lex. I'm an architect and I share men's fashion, design and lifestyle inspiration. The channel is a place to be inspired, to find connection and to explore the new frontiers of self-expression. Please consider subscribing and joining our community. Now let's get on with the video. Do you still have it? My first mechanical watch was a 36mm Nomos Club Dunkel. I was obsessed with the Bauhaus art movement, so I purchased the watch to celebrate the inauguration of my career as a young graduate architect. Nomos timepieces are inspired by the design principles established by the Bauhaus. Their watches are functional, minimalist, and made entirely in-house. They are often seen on the wrists of architects, artists, and designers. The in-house Nomos Alpha caliber ensures the highest precision. At 36mm in diameter, this model suits more slender wrists. The club also comes in a larger 38mm case size. Nomos is a brand very special to me, and I have amassed a small collection of different pieces over the years. However, this particular one still gets the most wrist time. Nomos Clashwood to me represents outstanding value. It is still one of my favorite brands. With time, I found my interest needle had shifted more towards vintage and near vintage pieces. When you spend time diligently researching, you will uncover many often undervalued treasures from the past waiting to be rediscovered. And one of them is this Patek Philippe Golden Ellipse. The Golden Ellipse gets its name from the beautiful and perfect proportions of its case. This reference is one of the brand's best kept secrets. Stripped of all ostentation, and in my view, the purest and most elegant expression of design from Patek Philippe. Many people are unaware that the Golden Ellipse is also a Giraud design. The Golden Ellipse is truly a timeless and elegant masterpiece, even today. I especially love that it goes unnoticed most of the time when I wear it. I don't particularly prescribe to the term Holy Grail, given that our tastes in things are perpetually evolving. However, if I had to pick, one of my favorite brands is fpjourne. As an independent watch manufacturer, fpjourne produces only around 1,000 watches in a year. One can understand the exclusivity and resulting desirability of their timepieces. My holy grail will be the platinum case fpjourne Tourbillon Sovereign with the auspicious green jade dial. A sublime and extremely rare tourbillon wristwatch, a 40mm platinum case, constant force repertoire, power reserve, and deadbeat seconds. Aside from the intricacies and finishing of the caliber 1403, I am most drawn to one particular part of this watch, the green jade dial. Each watch is largely hand finished and signed with the Latin phrase for invented and made, which refers to the watches being an original conception and created only by the best craftsmen. As a big fan of Jaeger-LeCoultre, and in particular the Atmos clocks, I would have to say the Jaeger-LeCoultre and Hermes Atmos clock would be in contention for one of my holy grails. Released in 2013 as a limited edition of 176 pieces, commemorating the respective anniversary years of the Maison of Hermes. Technically not a watch, but I'll probably say the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Retailers clock that I have hanging up on my wall at home. Given that these rarely end up in the homes of private enthusiasts and collectors, it's definitely one of my treasured items. If you ever thought an AP Royal Oak Jumbo was hard to get, you've obviously never tried to get your hands on one of these clocks before. After waiting 22 months, I received the call, to pick up my allocation piece from one of the most revered independent watchmakers of today, fpjourne. fpjourne is a relatively new independent watchmaker in the world of high complication timepieces, but one that has truly an enamored following, which includes myself. My allocation piece was a marvelous mechanical quartz piece, if you're wondering. The Elegant by fpjourne is a revolutionary horological concept. It has an entirely luminescent dial, titanium case, unique electromechanical movement, and impeccable finishing. And here I have it with the midnight blue rubber strap. Even in today's time, paying retail prices can be deemed too much. However, I have no regrets about this purchase because it represents my commitment as a patron of this very special and exclusive manufacturer. The Elegant oozes elegance, contemporary design, and comfort. It's also one of my most worn pieces these days. One day while hunting for a beat-up vintage Jaeger-LeCoultre travel clock on eBay, ones with a foldable leather case, I stumbled across a very rare and fine gold-plated Jaeger-LeCoultre Memovox travel alarm clock from the late 1960s with its alluring Clou de Paris case, which had developed a charming patina over the decades. Knowing it was something special, I snipe-bidded on it and ended up winning the auction for a great price. The clock was only located a few kilometers from where I grew up. Talk about fate. The proceeds of the sale were donated to a charity. A nice result for everyone in the end. The central rotating disc features a very attractive sunburst finish. The lume plots on this particular watch are not as puffy as they used to be, and I believe the luminous material is tritium, as indicated by the T Swiss made T below 6 o'clock. This particular watch is powered by the caliber 911, a movement most commonly found in the Memovox wristwatches. It is a manual wind movement with the sweep seconds and calendar function. This is what the alarm sounds like. Let's be frank, it's no Patek Philippe minute repeater, but its alarm resonance will be sure to wake you up in the morning. An object of beauty and elegance straight from the 1970s. A truly charming addition to any dresser table, especially in modern times. Fortunately, I always look after my belongings, and I have never lost one of my watches. One of the most valuable watches that I have ever purchased was transacted in a dimly lit, cigarette smoke-filled room with characters of questionable vocational backgrounds. I didn't carry cash for the fear of being extorted or worse. So we transported the watch, box, papers and all, in an unassuming grocery bag through the wet markets of bustling Hong Kong to a nearby bank to settle the transaction orderly. It couldn't be any more like a scene from a classic Hong Kong cinema gangster film, where I was playing the lead role. It would have to be Waco's Cartier Crash Piece Unique with its handsome midnight fume dial. Wei's Special Order Crash is an astute interpretation of one of the most mythical and beautiful case designs in history. It respects the pure and ornamental elegance of the original design from 1967, only to show its true unique character in the dark with its luminous features. Understated and disguised, evocative of the Cartier brand. The one that got away was simply not meant to be. Regarding regrets, I believe the true maturity of any collector, whether it be in the realm of art, automobiles, or watches, is appreciating the object to its fullest when it's in your possession, and then being completely at peace when you decide it's time to part ways. No matter if the circumstances are favorable or unfavorable. Everyone has different collecting philosophies, so I don't believe that there is such thing as owning too many watches. But for me, I am the type of collector who likes to wear everything that I own. I often style my watches to coordinate with my outfits, so for me, I find a 6-piece collection covers all occasions, from dress to casual and a few extras. But one could also go the minimalist direction, and I think you could get by with a collection of just 3 pieces. There are many. Being overly fixated on price, being too impulsive, or even taking things way too seriously. Don't fall victim to FOMO, that is, the fear of missing out, especially if you consume social media. It's a never-ending cycle, and typically its financial commitment is proportional to how deep you dive. The biggest mistake that I would say is shadowing what others are collecting, rather than spending the time to learn through obsessive studying to discover your own horological kinks, and building a collection around that. I am most drawn to beautiful and well-designed objects. I am also a collector of vintage designer furniture pieces. I find there are many similarities between collecting watches and collecting furniture. It's all about its originality and its condition. I also collect vitreous enamel number plates, as well as rare and unique horology memorabilia. Collecting watches is a very personal affair. Avoid comparing or being influenced by others,
and focus on defining your own core collecting philosophies. Find pieces that truly resonate with you and bring joy with it. And always remember that watches are simply ornate objects that remind us of the importance of time. If you're interested in a full review of any of the timepieces featured in this video, please leave a comment down below.
So there you have it, a little insight into my watch collecting journey. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Remember to like and share this video, and let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers soon.
There'll be lots more watch related content coming soon. So if you enjoyed this style of content, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on any new videos. Thanks again for watching, and as always, dress well, drink well, live well. Ciao.